Talman's Forge. We have Sequence, XYZ, Knights of the Ether, Web3GG, Blockchain Game Alliance, Arbitrum, Game 7 DAO, BlockSafe, and the Roundtable. And what are these folks competing for? Well, I'll drop a link. I'll drop an image in the chat so you can see. But the prizes are valued at over $5,000 USD. So definitely something worth winning. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna have Hey Chef go ahead and take the stage. I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. Go ahead and please share your amazing project with us. And let's get started.
Okay, can I start?
Yeah, mate, it's all you. Take it away.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi guys, thank you again for the opportunity to present our project to you. I promise I won't bother you again with a 40-slide PowerPoint, but let me start the demo with 2 slides to give you the full picture of the project. My name is Kevin, and I'm one of the founder of A-Chef, an AI-powered app using Web3 features to gamify the cooking activity. We are still at an early stage, but we have already launched a Web2 MVP, and we will enter in the beta tasting stage in next week. Our mission is to help users regain control of their diet and return cooking at home into a fun and rewarding experience, because we are convinced that gamification, coupled with an AI companion, will help users develop healthy habits and begin to love the cooking process over the weeks. Few words about the team. The team is composed of 4 founders, including 2 tech guys, 1 serial entrepreneur, and 1 finance guy. Maxim is a software engineer with experience in the aerospace and healthcare industry. Andreas is a Web3 and front-end developer. Davi has successfully built 3 different digital marketing businesses in France and is a former pro gamer. And I have a 10 years background in corporate finance and M&A. So that's it for the boring slides, but if you want some more, just let us know and we will be happy to share our deck with you. Now, let's start the demo.
Hey guys, in this demo we will focus on the gamification side, which includes the Web3 features. But before that, let's just have a quick look on the Web2 and AI features we propose so far. The app is designed to help users from A to Z in their home cooking experience, with additional cool features like the AI companion and the game. So from the main page, you can discover new recipes by choosing some categories or tags. For example, if you want to eat Chinese, you can also create, save, and share your favorite cookbooks. It is very convenient to save your summer recipes. And you can also use the search engine to refine your search. You can include or exclude some specific ingredients. You can search within a category if you are looking for French or Christmas recipes, for example. And you can search by preparation time or level of difficulty. For each recipe, you can adjust the number of servings, view key nutritional information, and you can also generate some shopping lists based on the ingredients. And hopefully in the future, you will be able to connect your shopping list with a local grocery store. From the main page or the bottom bar, you can also access the AI companion, which is very central in our app. Currently, it allows you to generate customized recipes for you based on your preferences and equipment that you can define in your profile page. Hopefully, tomorrow, this AI companion will also help you to work with you to determine an appropriate diet plan and also help you plan your weekly meals and follow the nutritional requirements of your diet. And of course, we also want this AI companion to suggest you to try new recipes you may like based on data, like a recommendation system.
Okay, so now let's focus on the gamification features. First of all, just keep in mind that we gamify the cooking activity because it takes on average 65 days to start a new habit, and that gamification is one of the most powerful tools to keep you motivated while having fun. Our game is a RPG-like game, and the principle is really simple. 1, you manage your restaurant and your brigade. 2, you pick a chief, which is an NFT. 3, you choose a recipe. 4, you cook it, and by the way, we call that a cooking. Then you share your meal with picture, and 6, you get rewarded during a season. The game is structured into season, which each season introducing a new token and resetting the user progression. You can see that the game main page leads you to your restaurant, which is composed of a level number, an energy bar, the number of cooking left per day, and an XP bar to reach the next level. From the restaurant, you can manage your brigade, which is composed of chiefs, and managing your brigade will help you grind the different ladders and execute the strategy. So let's have a look on the brigade. You can add up 5 chiefs depending on the restaurant level, who will help you to diversify your cuisine and your strategy depending on their level, their speciality, and their specificity. You see, we have 3 different specificities: efficiency, resilience, and expertise. Expertise increases the cooking rewards only if the cooked dish matches the cook specialty. These statistics can be further improved by equipping some items which are tradable on the marketplace. So now let's focus on the quests. You can see that we have 2 different types of quests, daily and quest lines. The daily quests are designed to bring diversity in the gameplay in order to help the player to have a diversified diet. The quest lines are based on the season or weekly theme, for example, French Food Week, but which does take into account your personal goals. For example, I want to have a balanced diet, or I want to gain muscle. You see here in the zucchini recipe, in the zucchini quest, that there is some instruction, and you can also see the reward associated. The reward are composed of 50 XP points and 50 spoons, which are the season token name for the tasting season. The season token is not an investment token, but is supporting the in-app actions and could be swapped against the blockchain native token that we will use. Native tokens will be used on our internal marketplace, and we have not finished yet, so nothing to show today. Now, if we go back to the restaurant, I propose that we start cooking. We have seen that we have 1 open quest at the moment, which does include the use of a zucchini. So we will look for a recipe based on this ingredient. The user can easily find a zucchini-based recipe using the prices filters. Once the player has selected the recipe they want to use, they simply have to start the cooking process. Before starting to cook IRL, the player will be asked to take a first photo using his phone, where he will have to capture all the ingredients of the recipe in 1 unique photo. This photo serves as a first proof in the cooking process. Then the player is invited to follow the recipe steps, and at the end, the player is asked to take a picture of the final result. It should look like the recipe picture shown as an example, and this is the final proof of cooking, POC. Thanks, Philip, for that. And then he needs to validate the cooking and send it for validation. Now, if we go to the validation tab, all players will be invited to validate other players' cooking every day, and based on our calculations, player will have to validate up to 4 or 5 cooking per day. A validation pool is a pool where 5 players have to give their opinion on the cooking. To be clear, when you submit to cooking, 5 players must accept or reject your dish. If at least 3 out of 5 players accept it, then you can claim rewards. As you see, we have 1.50 spoons. When the player receives his reward, you can directly upgrade his brigade by allocating new character points to his selected NFT. Allocating points will be the basis of player strategy. Now, a few words about the wallet. Because we want the experience to be as seamless as possible and onboard the maximum of Web2 players, we propose two kinds of wallets. One custodial to allow fast app interaction that will be principally used to receive and spend the season tokens, and one non-custodial wallet called MetaMask to allow the user to ramp in and ramp out the native token that will be used in the marketplace. Okay, thank you everyone. That's all for me. We are A-Chef, we are bootstrapped. Thanks for your attention and feel free to ask us any question you may have. Thanks.
Hey, that was great. You got me wanting to hop into my kitchen and cook something with a zucchini. That's fantastic. Um, all right. So let's pause for any questions from our panelists, any questions from fellow members. Feel free to either type it in the chat or come up to the stage and ask directly.
I like what you're doing here. That's my bit.
Thank you.
You got the
Thank you
seal of
very much.
approval from Wizard.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Wizard.
It's an honest opinion. You've put a lot of thought into this. I could sit here and pick every piece you've just introduced to us, but I'd just be reiterating what you've already said. I don't know how many listeners. We've got a few listeners. Like, there's a lot of really smart people in here, so I'm probably just speaking to the chosen ones already that already know. But what you're producing here is something that Web2 really wants. They want it in their hands quickly, and they want availability. Um, the only thing, from my point of view, is be careful with your tokenomics early on. If you could try and follow, and I hate to say this, but it works. But if you follow the tokenomics of how Candy Crush progresses without Web3, and you can create a really soft onboarding into Web3 via the Web2 method that they had, I think you could do incredible. I think you're the type of project that I know from experience that if Gordon Ramsay had it introduced to him, maybe not from myself or one of our colleagues, you know, that's a huge step. Like for him to see it and he gets it, um, you could progress really quickly. You've done all the hard work. You've done the application. Um, my hat comes off to you, man. I don't have any questions, but what I would like to do is maybe catch up with you later when I'm not doing so much Web3 stuff, so I could throw recipes your way and do some Web3 stuff through the cooking myself. But I appreciate what you're doing, and my hat's off to you.
There you go.
Wow. Thank you very much for the kind words. Yeah, to be honest, we when we started that, we didn't took the Web3 angle. It's out from a IRL problem that we wanted to cook better and to have something an app complete. So we thought about the gamification, and then we took the Web triangle, which seems logical for us. But yeah, thank you very much for the kind words, and we're happy to discuss the project with you later.
So we had two questions come in from JRP in the audience, and I also see Shai's on the stage here. So JRP's first question is, who is your largest competitor?
Yeah, maybe I can answer that. So I mean, we don't. I don't think we have a largest competitor because basically our competitors are all the recipe websites. But if I have to name one, uh, I would say that our main competitor would be maybe Side Chef, which is a cooking application which is very innovative. Uh, they have, or I don't know, or they are planning to have meal plans, etc. So yeah, they are very innovative. Um, but besides that, I don't. to be honest, I think we are the only project here who is planning to implement the cook the gamification
Mm.
of the cooking activity. And
The
so I see yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to answer the second question.
Yes, please. That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So the next question is, how you hoping that financialization is the thing that sets you apart? Yes and no. I think that what we set us apart is the game, mainly. Because I really think that the game is one of the biggest incentives you can have for people. Today, almost everyone is playing a game. It can be a video game or I don't know board game, etc. This is very strong, and people are willing to pay for play. And what we propose is to even be able to earn while playing. So of course, it is just the play to earn concept. Um, but I really think that the game is even more important than the financial part. But yes, of course, the financial part is also a very big incentive for us to propose. And I would say that the third incentive is the AI we want to include in the app because right now a very few websites, cooking websites, I mean, are using the AI capabilities to improve user experience. And with the last improvements of the last 2 years in generative AI, especially, I think there are a lot of opportunities in this field, especially for the recommendation system, and of course generate new recipes and weekly meal plans, etc.
There you go. Fantastic. And then last question, and if we could try and maybe answer it with a bit of brevity, just so we can hit the next guest, that'd be fantastic. But this one's from Shy uh, about is it Web 2 or Web 3? I'd like to further talk about how you plan the onboarding. A seamless hidden wallet experience is key. So I don't know if you want to add anything there, team.
Just
Yeah,
for clarification, Web 2, Web 3 wallet. That's part I'm specifically keen on.
yeah. So we are planning to have both. We will have a custodial wallet and a non-custodial one. So the custodial one will be used for I don't know, like 90% of the actions on the app. And your non-custodial one will basically be used to put some cryptocurrencies in your in your custodial wallet. Also, we want to integrate a ramp fiat feature, so the Web2 user can just pay with his with Visa or Mastercard card.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, hey, Chef Team, I appreciate you sharing your project with us. It's been really special to see like each time you've presented, even going back to the fogged out pitch. The pitch is getting tighter and tighter. The demo's looking better and better. And I'm aligned with you guys. I think the gamification of this market can be a real disruptor. And when you disrupt and you make a better user experience, typically that does really, really well for the project. So, anyhow,
Wait. Are you kidding me? Gamification? No, we're talking about people around the world that just like cooking, that just discovered a very simple app. Let history do the rest. D- I don't mean to sound like the undercutter of what you're saying, but I really want to emphasize Frenchie, my friend, and I say Frenchie to my Frenchie buddies, so that's actually a compliment. Like Australians, we call each other cunts, so you're not quite that level yet, but you're a Frenchie. Um, I adore what you guys are doing. I know the impact this is going to have. I've worked multiple restaurants in my growing years, and if I just seen this, I'd be like, "You kidding me? I can cook better than this SOB," and I'd be in that kitchen in minutes, trying to outdo that other guy's recipe and trying to prove a point, and then even going out in the streets, I'd become a YouTuber just to prove a point. You guys are doing something fantastic. You picked a niche that's incredible. You know your history. You know how to cook yourselves. Guys, go hard at it. Don't let anyone get in your way. If anyone gets in your way, do what I say these days. Just get behind me. I've got stuff to do because you guys have got the stuff to do. Don't let anyone get in front of you. That's my last bit. Sorry.
All good, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's all love. And actually, you know what? GD Wizard, why don't you stay up here, mate? Because it is time for you
Let's
to share.
go.
Nah, let the other guys get up. You know what? Can I just forfeit now because I adore everyone else in here more than myself. What I'm doing, you guys are going to be involved in anyway. I don't need to sell some pitch for you. It's like I'm honestly like trying to. Okay, let's take away the money factor. If I don't give a shit about money, what would be the first thing I want to do? Let me answer that real fast. When I was a kid, I wanted something and I couldn't have it. You know what? The one thing I wanted more than anything was I wanted to play military style video games in a Unreal Engine 5 metaverse headset environment, but you had to be physical, but you wouldn't take the impact of the shots. Make sense? That's what I wanted. We didn't have that tech back then. We've got it now, and other people are already doing what I wanted. I've already just stepped beyond that, and I'm going for the other things that, what could I have that wasn't digital that I could have had back then when I was a kid? And I've gone that way. Every single one of you, anyone here that loves gaming, anyone here that's loved a game, anyone here that's loved being in control of their assets, anyone that loves discounts, anyone that loves being a part of something a lot bigger than meets the eye, anyone that wants to be a part of something that doesn't need to be an NFT or Web3, you guys are naturally going to walk into this. So, how about I just cut it for that tonight? I've got a lot of stuff I could show you. I could put on presentations, but you know what? I actually want to forfeit and let the other guys take a chance tonight, and that's being truthful because watching Frenchies, like they've done something incredible. I love it, and I'll step behind them. I'll take my stage when the time comes, but for now, like they've done something great, and the next guest, I want to let them shine too, and I'll jump. How about I jump in soon and let you know what I think of them?
All right. So, unexpected turn. So GD Wizard is going to take a pause, and Rob, that means that you're up, my friend. Salty Sharks.
Look at that. No pressure. All good. All right.
All right. So everyone, just let's hit mute, and then Rob, I'll start the clock. 10 minutes. It is all yours.
No worries. All right. Let me just pull this up. Okay. Thanks very much, everyone. My name's Rob Kennelly. I'm CEO and founder of Aquatic Metaverse, home of the Salty Sharks Uprising. So we're a entertainment and education brand focused on marine species conservation, specifically sharks, rays, and turtles. Like with any good cause, the way to make a difference in people and their thoughts and processes around a particular topic, and in our case, marine conservation, is to engage the hearts and minds. So, in order to do that, and as you would do with any type conservation activity, is we've turned it into an adventure story. We've created a multiverse where people can relate to amazing characters, heroic characters, in an adventure story that reaches across multiple delivery platforms. We've obviously got story, we've got audiobooks, we've got comics, and we'll have animation in the future, and we've got games, lots and lots of games. So I'm going to take you through one of the games, of the flagship game that we're building, which is the Uprising digital trading card game. And I'll show you that here today. Now, I know what you're thinking, trading card game. Wow, ugh, it's been done to death, right? There's millions of them out there. And we've missed the boat. But you'd be wrong, and you'd be dead wrong in this case. We didn't miss the boat. In fact, we're going to be sinking the boat. Because what we've done is we've taken the best elements of some of the great trading card games out there, and we've captured that, and we've included that in the game that we're building here. But then what we've also done is taken things that they don't have and added those to the mix as well. I haven't obviously always been in business. Last 25 years running companies from small to medium to multinational, and my last enterprise was a university. But I've also been a gamer my entire life, and so none of this stuff is new to me in that sense. We partnered with some incredible game developers. Mark, who was the principal game developer, actually created the TCG engine on Unity. He's built numerous trading card games, digital trading card games, and he's the chief builder of this one as well. So we've taken the best qualities of these TCG titles, so rich story background, a lore that brings the cards to life, and makes them memorable characters in already, as I mentioned, published story, comics, and future animation. Web 2 accessibility to play and compete and win without the need to adopt Web 3 if they don't wish to. There are Web 3 features that are woven into it, but they're subtle. They're behind the scenes. They're obviously with NFT cards that can be played as well, but they're not forcing you to play with them. You can play with generic cards, you can win with generic cards, you can upgrade generic cards. You can do all of that, and you can play in tournaments and be very successful without needing to adopt Web 3. If you choose to adopt Web 3, you've got extra features available to you, including NFT rentals to make some passive income, plus different upgradable characteristics in terms of being able to re-upgrade your NFTs rather than upgrade once and it's locked in. We've also got game scope. Obviously, it's not one-dimensional. It's got multiple adversaries. It's got multiple pathways to victory. And then we've added enhancements that most TCGs have missed, especially on launch. So
Hey,
there's
Rob.
multiple game. Yes, mate.
Sorry, just real quick. So we're still seeing the Salty Sharks Uprising page. I didn't know if you were trying to share something else.
I'm gonna go through it a bit more in a second. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Sorry, just want to make sure. Thanks.
No, all good. So we've got multiple game modes right out of the gate. So we've got multiplayer, single player skirmish, and single player adventure campaign mode. This takes the story of the multiverse and delivers it in the game environment as well. So you can be reading the comics, playing the adventure in the game, and listening to it in the audiobooks as well. We're making it easy to learn and start, but we've ramped up the complexity and strategy as the player gets into the game. And as you'll see later on, the level of complexity goes through the roof. We've removed the boredom of best card always wins. Great cards help, strategy helps, upgrades help, but there is always the chaos factor, and that chaos factor is the dice. So, and I'll go just quickly down to that at the moment. So here you get advantage rolls, disadvantage rolls, and also battle map modifiers. And these add a little bit of chaos to the battle, such that it's not always a case of the best card wins. Yes, they have the greatest advantage, but as you'll see when you upgrade your cards, there's so many different permutations of upgrades and equipment that you can really catch people off guard if they're not prepared for the type of deck that you've built. So, for example, if you're used to playing traditional trading card games and you've got, I've got the Phoenix versus your Dragon. Well, another thing we've added is uniquely naming your particular cards. So whether they're generic cards or NFTs, you can uniquely name your particular card and personalize it in ways that others can't. So it looks like, Avantgarde the Assassin just got smoked by Wayne the Wizard. It's a far more personal battle, especially in the tournament modes. If you have a look here, we've got the different starter packs, generic packs, the NFT collection, which is also cards in the game, as well as special unlockable cards that you can win in campaign modes and other incentives like invitation incentives when we launch the game as well. So the game looks pretty simple, but it's far from it. So we've got 7 classes. Go up here. Obviously, that's the boards I was telling you about. So there's 11 different battleground boards. Each of those have unique impacts on different classes. You don't know what board you're going to get until the game starts. So again, it's part of that chaos factor. So you've got the 7 classes, your tank, healer, assassin, wizard, warrior, cavalry, general. That's how it starts, but it gets a lot more complex as you go. there's 21 subclasses. There's 33 different pieces of equipment just at launch in 4 to 5 different equipment slots as well, depending upon the rank and also the rarity of the card. So all of those add immense different permutations to it. Also, it's not locked in. Just because you've got a tank card and you're playing it in the point roll doesn't mean that you're going to be up against a defensive bastion. If someone has taken class specializations and equipment slots that improve their attack or their magic, you could be up against a tank class that's going to kick your ass, but do it from the point position where you can access your tactic and your leader roles. So, which brings me to the board layout itself. So the board layout is different from most TCGs as well. It's 5v5, except for certain campaign mode battles, and different roles, the classes take on different abilities. So each class has both a passive, at starting anyway, both a passive and an active ability in each of the different roles. So again, they can move around the board during the battle. They can use different abilities from those different roles, and they've got certain advantages. So again, depending upon what class you've got in what role, will determine what sort of battle you're going to be having and what sort of adventure you'll have. That's an example of the first campaign mode map, which I'll take you through in the game as well. Just quickly want to touch on upgrades before I get into the game and show you an example of the game. So we'll just quickly duck down to the upgrades. So as you can see here, we've got class specializations for each of the primary classes, 3 for each. And in each of those, there's 4 different levels of upgrade pathway or upgrade power level. You don't necessarily have to go all the way down one. You can actually mix and match across the 3 specializations, but you've got to take the first tier before the second and third, fourth accordingly. So in each different card, rarity has different numbers of upgrades that they can do in class specializations, which adds value to the rarities as we go. As I mentioned,
Rob, just heads up, 2 minutes, my friend.
Wow, that goes fast. All right, I'm going to jump into the game then, and we'll show you an example of the game as well. Just go back to here and change this. Just let me know. You can see that. Very good. So I'll jump into a particular game and just show you that. And I'll do it in the adventure mode. And I'll show you. This is the 5th tier of the adventure mode.
Fearsome Loch Ness monster herself, Nessie. Awoken from her slumber by the recent battles, she ventures forth to feed. Where normally she would suffer a meal of the Atlanteans if she had to, the chance to dine on sharks and mermaids has whipped her into a battle fury. Defeat the famed monster of Loch Ness to win your freedom and complete your daring rescue.
So this is one of the few battles where you'll be up against just one card, but it's obviously a boss battle. So if you want to have a look at what abilities your card has, you right-click on it, and you can see each of the roles and each of the abilities in them. This card also has some upgrades which have been applied to it as well, so you can see those as well, and they obviously increase the capability. The beauty of this game is its combos and the ability to actually work through different combinations in your attacks. After something's been attacked, it obviously is tapped. Of course, the boss gets untapped. The dice can be very helpful, but it can also be quite painful at times as well. But that's part of the chaos factor. Like, for example, that one. And he smashed me straight out of the gates. So it does help to have a few extra upgrades on you when taking on a boss fight. But I did want to show you what that was like. We also have multiplayer, obviously, and solo match, which is where you can test your capabilities against one of the 2 adversaries, whether the Atlanteans or the pirates. And I will leave it there.
Boom. I was just saying in the chat there, Rob. So just yesterday, I had to uninstall Marvel Snap because it was too dang addictive. Like, just too much. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
always right in my pocket. So now maybe maybe I'll just swap it out for salty sharks. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Might have to, mate. I can't believe how quickly I just got smoked by the boss. I had beaten him before, but anyway, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah. All right, great presentation. Awesome. So let's take a moment. Community members, panelists, judges, what questions do we have? And it looks like they're piling in already. JRP,
Yeah.
what is your go-to-market plan? What is the plan to increase your daily active users?
Yeah, we actually have an incentive program that we've got planned. It's an invitation program whereby the inviters and the people that they're inviting can actually get rewarded based on their levels of completion within the game, based on cards upgraded, adventure mode battles completed, etc. So there are prizes or there are rewards and things that are being unlocked for those people based on that incentive plan. We've also going to be talking with different gaming groups and forums who are going to be showcasing the game and demoing the game to those groups as well. We do want to launch on the major platforms, Play stores and app stores, etc., as well as potentially Steam as well. But it's all about the incentive program. We have an ambassadors deck, and that ambassadors deck is a deck of one cards that will be both an NFT and also a generic card, which is unlocked through completion of in the incentive program. Those ambassador cards are actually celebrity ambassadors that are part of the ocean conservation efforts. Those cards will be auctioned off to charity, and as I mentioned, one of one, and they will be playable in the game as special cards, champion cards, which are the same as the gold rank. And those cards are also part of that incentive to increase the daily users and so forth. We also will be hosting tournaments as well on a regular basis.
Boom. And, and I know we kind of covered it a little bit, but maybe just touching on it one more time. Like when it comes to games, a lot of the revenues in Web 2 come from whales, right? So you have to have little mechanisms that make them want to buy or upgrade or like distinguish themselves from others because they have the hollow border or whatever. I guess with salty sharks, what have you thought about in terms of monetization to help this project grow and help kind of serve those causes that I know you care so much about?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, we through our NFT sales donate 10% of all NFT sales direct to the conservation partner, which is Fins Attached in the US, and they buy shark tags. And this month, they're actually deploying shark tags on some whale sharks, um, which will be shared with video and audio and photos and stuff. The community gets to name those sharks. In terms of that special, whales wanting the really special cards in the deck, etc., there are 14 one of ones in the NFT collection. Those one of ones are obviously cards in the game as well, and they are incredible art, incredible cards to have. They don't necessarily are distinguished any further by stats because we're not trying to break the game in terms of creating cards that just kill everything. So stat wise, they're the same as their class already, but they're obviously a gold rank, which means that they're a champion card. But those one of ones from an art perspective are just phenomenal, and they will be able to be highly sought after as a rented card as well. So someone who has those could make an absolute fortune renting them out on the market as well, especially if they upgrade them. It'd be just phenomenal. Same with the ambassador cards. You upgrade an ambassador card, then you can rent it out as well. So pretty phenomenal from that sense. In terms of monetization for the business from the game itself, the card packs that you buy as generic card packs for Web 2 players. You buy packs of cards from the website at 3 different price tiers, and the upgrades through spending pieces of 8 and slivers of silver. Slivers of silver are points you earn in the game by playing the game. Pieces of 8 are what you buy off the marketplace, and again through fiat. And you buy those and you can upgrade your cards. So the revenue from those packs of pieces of 8 and the generic cards is the revenue stream for the business as well. You can play for free and only for free if you're that way inclined, or if you're a younger person who doesn't have access to their parents' wallet. It is possible to play for free and upgrade for free, but most people, and I know this from my experience in gaming as well, you won't take that longer route of grinding it out. You'll buy the upgrades with the pieces of 8 when it's available to do so, but it's not pay to win. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mm.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Rob, thank you for sharing Salty Sharks with us, man. As always.
no,
It's great to see the
always a pleasure.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah. All right. So GD Wizard. So we do have a bit of time here. Now, if you want to present as a contestant to win, that's cool. If you just want to share maybe a couple quick things about your project, this is a community. This is like a chill space. So you can also do that. Alternatively, if you don't want to do any, then that's fine too. But I figured I'd check in with you first. So GD Wizard, it looks like you may be on mute. How you feeling, mate?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I just wanted the other guys to get into it. I mean, honestly, there's a prize there up for grabs. I don't want a prize. I don't want any of that. The fact that I'm here is a blessing. The fact I'm in front of an audience of some local heroes and some potential up and comings in this space, that's also a blessing. Like I said earlier, sort of what I'm planning is a step outside of. Well, it's outside of the norm. It's outside of this space completely, if you want to look at it like that. I have mentioned, I think I mentioned it last time I was up here, that the next step is like if we want mass adoption, we need to stop thinking like Web3 degen flippers or whatever. We need to completely step out of that zone for a second and say, okay, what has worked in the past and what did this, but what is going to get us our primary goal? And I hear over and over again, how do we get mass adoption? Well, I just seen 2 amazing projects just dropped in front of me that, I mean, they just caught Web3's eye. What's the percentage there? I think JRP probably can give me a stat on that pretty quick, that how many people are even going to listen to what just happened in here tonight. It's so small, but it's so incredible. And the eyes of the world, I mean, we're nothing, right? We've got nothing to share. We're already scared. They're already scared of us because we're crypto. They're already scared of us because we're NFTs. We need to get around that. My proposal is to challenge all projects out there right now, all founders, to take a different perspective and maybe consider what I'm doing is something you can be a part of, or something you should maybe look at doing yourself in preparation for. We've got a bull round about to happen. Do you really want to fight for the scraps on the ground, or do you want to be the innovator and have the thing that people want that is brand new and they can, work with, or do you want to be the guy that flips on your market? It's going to come down to you as the founder, etc. But if you generally want to work this space, well, I want to know you. Reach out to me in my DMs. Just send me an invite. I'm pretty responsive generally, because we need people like you to make this space go further. I don't want to deal with any more regulations. Regulations is one of, but not all of, the reasons that I'm no longer living in the United States. Or Australia for that matter. I don't trust the regulations. I'm terrified that my business could get ripped out under my feet. I'm terrified my future projects could suddenly become stagnant and ruin every bit of investment that I've put into it. Dungeon Knights Heroes, which is the project that I'm working outside of GD now, is meant to be a side project. It's meant to be outside. And it's not meant to be a Web3 project. It's meant to draw in the masses of people into eventually GD, and then all of our partners and other friends in this space in Web3. And you can't do that. You can't have mass adoption unless people can find a safe way to get in. That's a fact. We know this. Look at Coinbase. When Coinbase opened up, people had a safe way to get crypto. It worked. And it continued to work. And they had all the speculation. They had all the BS. And they had all the regulation stuff. So you know what? They won. Because they didn't do anything wrong. They literally provided a service. And it done successful. And everyone wanted a piece of that pie. Now there are regulations in place. They're safe for the most part, as much as we know. But they're doing something. And this is something that we all have to overcome in this space. If we want to progress, we are going to get faced with country regulations. What if suddenly NFTs are banned in the United States? I don't think that's possible. However, NFTs got banned in Thailand. So part of what I'm talking about tonight is my way of introducing NFT technology to a people that would never have the opportunity to even touch it because the asset is literally banned here. So what did I do? What did I do? Everyone's probably asking. Well, I created a Fidgeable. It doesn't sound like much. It's just a credit card. It's just a piece of plastic, a PVC piece of plastic. It's got an incredible image design printed on it. Actually, let me share that little design with you. It's just to uh, give you an idea. Can I even do that? I should be able to.
You should be able to share. And then just
Okay.
a heads up, we
Now it's
have
working.
about maybe 4 minutes, Wizard. Just letting you know.
I can kill it in that time. So this is the base of the project. This is as simple as it comes. When you buy into this project for a whole of $15, you own a physical card that looks maybe something like this. This is a legendary version. This particular card has little arrows on it near the circles on the corners. This is a gameplay card. You only need one of these cards to sit down at a table and play a game with your friends. Now, if I was just to do a playable card game, and as our friends mentioned earlier from the Sharks, he said, trading card games aren't dead. No, I absolutely agree. What you've got to do is take embrace and use the technology you've got available now to create something that's different to the old norm. I mean, we had our Pokemon era. I could try and compete with Pokemon, you know what, but I've got a lot of catching up. I'm literally competing with Dungeons and Dragons. If they could be a household name without the internet, I can beat them. I can do this without any else influencing me. If I just come up and do it the right way the first time, this will work. So we've got our playable card game right in front of you. This has NFC technology attached to it, into dashboards attached to it. Now, all of this at the end of the day is a completely feasible, completely playable, complete physical asset that you can own. You have a digital asset to, and you have connections to NFTs. Takes breath right now because that's only a piece of it. The other side of it is the community side of it. If you own one of these cards, you become part of a underground community. That would be a whole nother chat that I'd have to have, and that's where all of you guys here right now have the chance to listen up, pay attention, hear what I'm saying, and potentially be part of this underground community here. And we can have our own way. We can do things our way with safety, under cover of a digital asset, a physical asset, something we can hold in our pockets if there's ever a downturn. This could be a safe place. But that's getting really deep in. What we've built here is everyone wins. The investors, the buyers, the guys in the middle, the guys at the end. Everyone wins. No one can lose with this product. That's literally what it's designed around. Takes breath, and I think I've got a couple of seconds left, and I'll forfeit them. Thank you for listening, guys.
That's awesome, man. Well, first, so if anyone wants to reach out to GD Wizard, what's the best way for them to contact you, brother?
Find me. I'm not
There
that
you
hard
go.
to find. Everyone knows me. I'm on Discord. I'm on Twitter. I'm doxed. My name is Matthew Allen Tunks. My skydiver name is Matthew Cruzy Tunks. Professional skydive for 20 years. You can find me in Paris Valley, California. You can find me, freaking dude, all around the world. Just look me up. You can't miss me. But for easy sake, GD Wizard on Discord, GD Wizard 00 on Twitter. Follow if you really care about Web3. I highly recommend follow at Dungeonites, which is known as Dungeonites Heroes. Watch something progress at a Web3, kind of like what Ordinals are doing. There's no more screwing around. Let's start looking after each other. Okay, now I'm doing something similar. It's definitely not what they're doing, but it's something similar, and it's not based in a particular network. It's based on us. As the guys that are here, we are the founders of this space. We are the guys that are building the future. We are the ones that have and will be copying more shit in the future in the next bear market. Well, we've seen it. We know what's going to happen. And I'm not scared. Are you? I mean, I'm ready for it. Oh, when this, when that, when I announce it, that's when. You can push me around, bully all you want, but this is a new world now. I've played this game before, and we all know this. It's going to be different every run around. But if we can provide the quality, the safety, the security, to bring people into Web3 in the safest possible, easiest possible way, we all win. So I don't care about winning this event tonight. You know what I care is if Web3 wins, and that's my goal. And if any of you guys want to be a part of it, get in touch with me. It's straight up, fair, honest, transparent as I can be. I'm fully
There
doxxed.
you go.
Look me up. I'm a nobody that's doing the best I can.
There you go, man. Well, I'm I'm really lucky and blessed to have you in this community with us. Like, can't wait to see what we get cooked up together for sure.
Anyone
All
that
right.
wants to, let's do great things. Anyway, I'll drop my mic.
All right. So Rob wants to share one quick thing. So Rob, if you could share that quickly with
Yeah,
us
mate.
here, that'd be great.
Just very, very quickly. And I know we talked about onboarding earlier. One of the things our brand does is we build interactive metaverse-based education exhibits, if you will, all based around marine life and ocean conservation. We've just entered a partnership with a distribution platform called beluga.org that has basically that they have a platform that provides training content, education content to thousands of schools in over 100 countries around the world. Our exhibits are going to be part of that platform and delivered out to those schools. When I mentioned earlier about the integration, everything that we do is integrated into each other. So the training packages that we put together, the exhibits, if you will, on these species, all metaverse-based exhibits, very interactive, actually tie into the story, the characters, the cards, if you will, in the game. So it actually starts to feed people back into the story, the comics, and the game as well. So I just wanted to add that. That's just a recent thing we've secured.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, folks, it's that time with 7 minutes to spare. So what I would ask is that you hold off typing in chat. It's time to do our vote. So let me get the names of our projects out here. Hold on. Now, one thing I'd like to do a little bit different than last time is the presenters cannot vote. If you presented your game, I would ask that you not vote. And the reason I say that is some folks have more team members than others, and then it kind of becomes a popularity thing. And we want this to be an awesome project thing. Well, you're all awesome, but you get what I'm saying. Anyhow, so if you look in the stage, should be a little chat bubble on the right. I've listed the name Hey Chef, Salty Sharks, and GD Wizard is awesome. So GD Wizard, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get you signed up for the third place slot. You're locked in, mate. We'll give these other two projects a chance to compete for first and second. But yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's get our votes in. Give it a little bit of time, and then we'll call it. Wow, 3-3, dead tie. 3-4, Salty Sharks up 1. All right. While you guys are doing that, let me read off these prizes. Again, shout out to our sponsors. 45 days ago, 60 days ago, we had the crazy idea to create a game demo day. We've never done one before. We've only seen them on YouTube. And from there to 17 games presenting, some of the best people, smartest people that I've had the pleasure to interact with for judges and panelists. And, again, over 5,000 USD in prizes. So first place is going to get a 1-year sequence growth plan, which is valued around 5,000 USD. Going to get $200 USD. Shy over at Calman's Forge is providing some advisory time. JRP over at Web3GG is providing some advisory time. $500 credit to BlockSafe, the Web3 development gaming blockchain consulting firm. 1 set of crypto unicorn NFTs, thanks to Helios and our friends over at Game 7. We're kind of re-gifting those. Second place, 1-year sequence dev plan valued at $600, $100 USD. Calman's Forge advisory hours, JRP advisory time. 1 set crypto unicorn NFTs. Again, thank you to Helios and Game 7. And then third place would be a 6-month sequence dev plan valued around $300, $7,500 USD. Calman's Forge advisory hours, JRP advisory hours. And you should have all, if you presented, you should have all gotten your badge, your Web3 Gaming Startup Collective Demo Day badge just for being a participant. But we also have some special badges put up for first, second, third place. So, with that said, how's the votes? We're checking it. Let's view the reactions. What we got? We got Hey Chef with 5. We got Salty Sharks with 4. Hey Chef is the winner. First place of the Game Startup Collective Demo Day. Salty Sharks, close second. Close second, 1 vote off. You guys are awesome. This was a ton of fun. It was a ridiculous amount of work, but it was so worth it to be able to hang out with everybody, learn about what you're doing. Yeah, I've had folks message me that, like, investors have reached out, partnerships have reached out. They're making progress where prior they felt stuck. So, yeah, I guess thank you. Thank you for taking the time to share this with us. Appreciate y'all. Shy. You're all winners for putting yourself out there. Hey. Hangry. What's up, Hangry? Hangry says congrats. GD Wizard with the heart HP. Tom everywhere. The nodding. Yeah, man. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, of course, Rob. This was fun. Okay, so wrapping this thing up. Winners. I will send you a DM, and I will get you coordinated on your prizes. As for what's coming next, let's check the calendar. So this Friday, we have a community call. This is with Josh, Ready Player Josh from Treasure DAO. He oversees the content creator program for them. They have a whole roster of content creators that they've kind of built for the games building within Treasure, including this whole back-end system of if you're a game and you want to get someone to create some content, they'll manage not only the campaign creation, distribution, money transfer. Like, it's quite robust. So anyhow, we're going to be chatting with him about best practices on working with influencers, things you should do, things you shouldn't do, things to look out for. Then we have, what's this one here? Man, we got so much going on, guys. Come on now. Then we got our friend, JRP. He'll be walking us through Rev. Rev is the platform that we've used to distribute our on-chain achievement tokens. So definitely swing through. I think there's some amazing things you could do there to incentivize and reward the community. What else we got? Oh yeah, this is a hot one. This is a hot one. Hey, if you're building an on-chain game, get ready. We have a state of fully on-chain game Twitter space planned for next week, Monday, I believe. I'm going to be reaching out to the folks in FogDAO. We have the founder of Moonstream.to, who does a bunch of on-chain player activation stuff, revenue generation stuff. And we're just going to have a nice, deep conversation about fully on-chain games, which, if you guys don't know what that is, you should. It's like if you built a game that never died, even if you died. As long as the internet's still alive, your game is still alive. But, okay, that's it. That's time. I'm going to shut this down. Appreciate everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you again. Gaming Demo Day wrapped up. Peace.